Blog Talk Radio.
Dude, I'm on the air.
Welcome to Rage Against the Regime at Blog Talk Radio. To call in, dial 929-477-3565. That's 929-477-3565. I was born in the land of the free, in the home of the brave. I'll bleed American blood until the end of my days. The red, white, and blue, these colors never fade. Rage against the regime.
Holy smokes, it's Tuesday again. Hey guys, it's James. We're here at Rage Against the Regime. And it's Tuesday. It's 7 p.m. Central Time. And if you're listening to me, you're bored shitless. Oh, man. Tonight I want to talk about what this coming election actually means. You know, I mean, Hillary Clinton, she's probably going to be in jail, so I don't think she's going to be running for squat. She may be running, but it'll be out of the country. That leaves Bernie Sanders. Really? Dude's a communist, man. I mean, a socialist. Proud of the fact. I mean, that's the party he's with, the Socialist Party. How can that be? How can that be? How un-American? How much more un-American can it get? I got a funny feeling if we hide and watch, we're going to see a whole lot more un-American stuff before this election comes around. What do you think? My name's James. This is Rage Against the Regime. You can call in at 929-477-3565. Call in, give me a holler. We don't have to talk about what I want to talk about. We can talk about what you want to talk about. I don't care. But I am barring up about this Bernie Sanders thing, man. Oh, jeez, dog. You know, Hillary Clinton, that's one thing. I mean, you know, well, not really. She's a commie liberal. But one thing I'll give Bernie, he didn't try to hide the fact or go in sheep's clothing or anything else. The guy was bold, and what I don't get is how there is that many of them here in the United States anyway. Excuse me, that was a good sandwich. But there are. And, this goes way back to right after World War II. And there was a senator, and he ran the House Committee on Un-American Activities, or anyway, I'm going to dig it up, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Want to give a shout out to my folks and friends down in Brownsville, down on the border. Man, oh man, another day, another dollar. I hope you guys are still sucking wind, man, because it's getting shitty down there. I know it is. You guys stay safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay locked and loaded. I know you do. You ain't got no other choice down there. Still sitting here in the seat, waiting on KC to get back. KC Massey is currently unavailable. He's incarcerated in Brownsville. Federal government decided they wanted to have his company for the next 30 days more. And that's on a good note, because Judge Hannon down there decided he wanted to hear some more about how they didn't have any jurisdiction to do what they did to him. They didn't have jurisdiction to arrest him. Go figure. I mean, is it that blatant that they're just going to come and do something that is totally against the law, and that to someone that is doing nothing but being a patriot and doing his patriotic chore there, while everybody else sat back and watched? Well, they didn't sit back and watch. The people that were really concerned about what was going on at the border, they work. They work jobs. They have families to support and everything else. And that's why it was so important for the guys that could go down there, that did go down there, to make that difference. In Casey Massey, he wasn't the first one there, and he wasn't the last one there, because they're still right there today fighting that good fight in Brownsville, McAllen, all up and down the border, Arizona, New Mexico. There's a heinous thing going on in the Obama regime is the one that has done it. I saw a meme a couple of days ago, or yesterday, whatever it was, and Obama isn't Obama. Holder is Obama. Janet Reno or Melanie Jarrett is Obama. Obama's nothing but a meat puppet. Made a lot of sense. He's just the front man, because he didn't put all these other Muslims and everything else, and all these people that are trying to destroy the United States and destroy America and destroy the American dream and destroy what our forefathers managed to put together quite well and bulletproofed. They didn't just do that in a day or two. They've been at it for the last 30, 40 years, steady, piece by piece, inch by inch. They start you down a slippery slope with something that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all, and before you know it, you're bent over and greased. They're laughing. That county clerk, Kim, that wouldn't bow down and wouldn't knuckle under, went to jail for her beliefs, for her Christian beliefs. Those people in that county knew the type of person that she was when they voted her into office. They knew that she would uphold her oath of office. They knew that she was a Christian woman and she would uphold Christian values, which are what the United States of America are founded on. They expected her to do this. They needed her to do this. Texas today, they come out and said anybody, any clerk in Texas that decides they don't want to issue these gay marriage certificates, state of Texas is going to stand behind them and stand with them. I don't know how many have not issued one here in the state of Texas. I haven't heard of any. Of course, I don't think they're going to have their job come next election either. My name is James. This is Rage Against the Regime. You can call me at 929-477-3565. And in the meantime, I'm going to play my favorite song.
Gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah. Darkness world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power, and as God has struck the hour, day of judgment God is calling. On the knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for the sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
War pigs. My name's James. I'm back. And I want to talk to you tonight about another American patriot. And his name was Joe McCarthy. And that's where the term McCarthyism comes from, is from this guy. In the late 1940s, Russian spies had infiltrated the deepest levels of the U.S. government. You know, you had a couple, the Rosenbergs, who had stolen the plans to a nuclear bomb. You know, America was being threatened by a ruthless enemy. The Soviet Union, the Soviet Republic back then was just, I mean, they were on us like Iran is on us now. There are so many parallels between the way the communists are coming at us then and the way the Muslims are coming at us now. And it's no wonder. I mean, they have actually teamed up here in the United States, and you see what they're doing. Joe McCarthy warned us about this and that, and they failed to some point, to a point. But the thing is that, you know, they slandered the guy. Well, he was, you think Trump is gruff and that you think he's harsh. Trump's just telling it like it is. McCarthy back then was telling it like it is too. You know, I mean, it's amazing, you know, at the parallels and how just since the 50s that we have gotten to this point that we're in today. It didn't take them long, and that, you know, I mean, McCarthy's critics continue to crucify him posthumously. I mean, after the guy died, not satisfied with merely ruining a man's career and driving him to alcoholic suicide, the liberal media courageously dragged McCarthy's name through the mud for the next 50 years. Continuing to this day, leftists have never forgiven McCarthy for his crime of exposing them for who they truly are. We're not going to let this happen with Mr. Trump. We're not going to fall by the wayside. We've already been tricked by this liberal media. We've already had our fill of it. They've had a chance to run and do something good. They've had the bit in their teeth for the last 20 years. They could have done amazing things, but they didn't. All they've succeeded in doing is creating one of the worst times in America that we've had. Brought to you by the Democratic Party. Yep. They had an opportunity, you know. I mean, Chicago, Detroit, they said, oh, man, you know, you give us a city, we'll show you what we can do. Well, they got Chicago and Detroit. You see what they are now. Trash heaps. We're not going to give them the rest of the United States. They've had the presidency for 8 years. This president is bringing in more people that hate America every day. Every day that he doesn't have that border secured and tied up, locked down tighter than Dick's hat band, we have more people coming in here, sneaking in here, being aided and abetted by other people that are already here to tear us down. They're going to get rid of Christians. Boy, they don't like Christians. Nope, not a bit. It works. It's true. They can't stand it. They can't stand that America is, you know, it works. It flies in the face of all their socialism. It you know, socialism fails. Ask the Russians, it fails. We're not going to let that happen with Mr. Trump. We're not going to let him go by the wayside like with what happened with Mr. McCarthy. I know that wherever he is at right now, that he is sitting back And he's going, fellas, I told you. You know what to do. You know what you have to do. You've got to elect a conservative. You have to get America back on track. The silent majority is going to have to clear its throat and make its will known. We're going to have to stop this assassination of our police officers. It's got to stop. We can't take any more of it. We don't have to. It's long past, letting it slide. They're reprobate. They're bent on our destruction. They're bent on the destruction of America. And we're not going to stand for it. Here's something I just read. The Venona Project files, declassified in 1955, proved indisputable evidence that nearly all of those McCarthy accused were traitors to America. Not surprisingly, the media ignored these documents completely, instead choosing to run yet another round of anti-McCarthy propaganda. As if that wasn't enough, in 2005, Hollywood released the greatest propaganda film since. It's called Triumph of the Will, an anti-McCarthy slander picture. In 2005, okay, this guy died back in, 55, 57, somewhere in there. It was he died in 57 at the age of 49. And he hit the nail so hard on the head in 2005, they're still swinging at him while he's in the grave. That's how right he is. He was not only right then, he's right now. We have another opportunity right now. We have a man by the name of Donald Trump, and we've got another man by the name of Ted Cruz that have been just amazing people. Ted Cruz, his story, he came here. He's a first-generation American. His father, from Cuba, the whole line. You know the story. I don't have to go into it. He is the American dream. He is the antithesis. He is the shining star that proves America works, that the American dream is alive and well, regardless of how bad they've tried to slander us and shut it down. Donald Trump's a businessman. One heck of a businessman. Everybody wants to say, oh, well, he went bankrupt. Big whoop. He went bankrupt. He built it back. Hey, man. And when he started talking about the border and telling the truth about Mexico and telling the truth about what's going on at the border, he got under my skin. He is saying true and factual things that nobody else would say. And the ones that would say it, they're shut up by the media. The media shut them down, shut them up. How'd they do that? They wouldn't give any airtime. They just, Trump, well, I'll tell you what, that dog spoke. They had to listen. It made news. Oh, you're offending the Mexicans. Not offending Mexicans. Illegals. Who cares if they're offended? They're not supposed to be in the first place. Anybody else feel that way? I sure do. Why should they be getting this free ride when the people that have fought and bled for this country, I'm talking about vets, because they not only deserve, they earned. What do you think? 929-477-3565. My name is James. Give me a call. I'm going to play something else.
The hallmark of Jimmy Johnson's championships has been
Mr. Slick-haired politician, I've got some news for you. If you wanna come try to take my gun, son, you better be bulletproof. Don't try to tell my children when and where to pray. No, we ain't that far gone. We're still standing on land of the free and the home of the free. No, I'm not your normal political society. This is coming from real America's son and pissed off rednecks like me. Hell no, I won't push one for English. Just as soon hang up the phone. If you want to serve in the Muslim church, go and take your ass back home. Get up and go to work if you're able. Instead of living off our dime, just give me a handout generation. It's gonna bleed this country dry. Yeah, I think it's time that we change some policy. This is coming from real America's son and pissed off rednecks like me. As for most of us, it's still in God we trust here on this solid ground. Get up and give thanks in the morning, and we work till the sun goes down. Things have got to change, we can't sit back, gotta leave. Yeah, this is coming from real America's son and pissed off rednecks like me. Old folks say can't afford medication. Just tell them Obamacare's a joke. If it helps you with your sickness, I say fire it up and take a toke. They need to lock down all the borders, throw away the key, and let's live our own right here at home instead of sending it overseas. Yeah, right now, raise your glass if you agree. Yeah, this is coming from real America's son and pissed off rednecks like me.
Well, that's Jamie Jones, man. I remember when that first came out. Whoopsie.
the hallmark
Whoopsie.
of Jimmy Johnson's championships.
Unpush the button. Yeah, unpush the button. We've got a good chance, fellas. We need to get behind these conservatives, stand with them, stand with the other folks that are standing up to this regime and to these Christian-hating dog-lick pieces of crap. And get them out of our country. All the illegals are going to be deported. Yes, we can, and yes, we will. All those FEMA camps you thought that they were going to put the Patriots in, ain't going to be us in there, baby. We're running the show. You had your chance. You blew it. My name is James. The number here is 929-477-3565. And I think I'm going to cut this one short today, fellas. We'll see you next Tuesday.